sometimes couples have a tendency to blame each other, or one person continuously blames the other.
Yeah.
And it just really leaves for wrong harmony, no harmony actually. And
it's one of the problems to avoid.
It is definitely a problem to avoid.
But we might have a solution. Just listen.
I'm Corky.
I'm Dennis.
And this is Love
Love Happens.
Yeah. So, blame. That's so bad. I mean, how does it make you feel when you get blamed for something?
I feel like, I tried really hard, and
I know.
did the best I could.
I know, and you do.
Yeah.
Yeah, except with computers. I'm sorry.
So blame sometimes happens when there's a problem to be solved and each of you think you're working on it or something, and something happens. One or the other person screws up, doesn't work, and the other person blames them for not making it happen.
Right.
So rather than do that, the solution is put the blame not between you, but outside of you.
Yeah, take the blame. If it was, I don't have a piece of paper. Anyway, take this blame and move it over here.
Right.
Right there.
And then both of you look at it and say, okay, that didn't work out. Maybe I messed up or something, but here, let's work together.
Let's work together. We can hold each other and work together on the solution. Because if it's between you, it'll stay between you. You'll just keep fighting about it. And you'll keep blaming each other. And if there's a struggle between two people in a marriage, it just keeps festering. It doesn't just stay this little tiny small
then
thing.
Pretty soon other ones get added to it.
Yeah, it becomes as big as a house.
So the idea is when something that you're working on or something you're supposed to do doesn't work out, rather than blame the other person, just recognize, okay, yes, it didn't work, I misstepped or something, but instead of blaming the other person, you both step back from it, put it out here, and you say, okay, let's look at this again. Maybe there's a better way to solve this. Maybe there's a better way we can make this happen.
Because you both want it to work. You both want to have success, and struggle is not benefiting you in any way. Just like the dulcimer back here. If you want to learn how to play a dulcimer, you have to be patient with one another. You can't blame yourself for messing up as you're trying to play this thing. And it's just easy for me to use something like a musical instrument because I have such a difficult time learning musical instruments. But if you have patience with one another.
And don't end up blaming the other person just because it didn't happen right away.
Right. It's not their fault. It's not your fault.
No.
Maybe it was the approach.
Maybe it was the approach. Maybe it was the thing that you're trying to do. Maybe that wasn't the right way to go about it. So instead of blaming the other person for, well, you messed up, you didn't do it right, so it didn't work, it's your fault. Instead of doing that, set it outside of you, saying, okay, it didn't work out. We agree on that. Instead of finding fault about whose fault it was, find fault with the solution you were trying to use.
Yeah, that's an idea. That's a great idea.
And so you say, oh, okay, that way of trying to do it didn't work. So it wasn't you, it wasn't me, it was what we were trying to do that didn't work. So let's both come up with a new idea.
Let's come up with an idea.
That's right.
Yeah.
So together, two heads are better than one, right?
Yeah. Brainstorm. And come up with an idea. And you might even ask a friend or someone that, might have gone through it already, whatever the struggle is, and ask them for some help. And that way you can maybe have a different way of looking at things.
The idea is the problems outside of you, not between you.
And hold each other, at least hold each other's hands.
Yes.
Here, let me get your hand. Yes.
Okay.
So just hold each other's hands, and if you're farther apart, it's okay. If you don't want to get too touchy. But just being together close and having the problem outside of you. And then work with it together.
So check out lovehappens.com. You're going to find a lot of good stuff there. And be sure to register for the free webinar coming up.
Yeah.
It's going to be great.
Oh, yeah. And it's Love Happens, and that. It's not an S at the end. It's a Z. So it's lovehappens.com. Yeah.
All right. Register, and we'll see you there.
We'll see you there on our web class. It's a web class. It's only about 25, 30 minutes, but you're going to get some impact. You're going to learn
Oh
some
yeah,
things.
you'll come away with a lot of good
a
stuff.
lot of really good stuff for you. Yeah.
All right.
And it's free.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's free.
We'll see you there.
Jump on it.
Bye.
Bye-bye.